Well, a very good afternoon. Hello and welcome back to our live coverage of the Swim England East Midlands Region Championships 2023. Last session live from Moorways Derby. Relays to bring you in the next 5 minutes, starting with the men's 14-16 years 4x100 freestyle relay. And that's due to start, as I say, in 4 minutes' time. And ready to start bang on time for our relays. 4 relays this afternoon kick off this finals session. The first of those is in the water now. This is the men's 14-16 years 4x100 meters freestyle relay. 0 is Northampton, 2, 1 is Lincoln Vulcans, 2 City of Lincoln Pentaqua, 3 Nova Centurion, 4 Nottingham Leander, 5 City of Leicester, 6 is Repton, 7 Rushton, 8 South Links, and 9 is Northampton 1. This is, as I said, the first relay of 4 that you will witness over the next 20 minutes or so here at Moorways. Lane 5 is leading at the moment. That's City of Leicester, 55-8, the first split time. And it was James Gannicott who was out first on that leg. We've now got 3 in second position, or maybe even lane 9. Lane 3 is Nova Centurion. 9 is Northampton 1. City of Leicester leading at the moment have Sammy Prizer in the water. Mario Vescantelis Blanche went out for Northampton 1, and Elliot Barker now in the pool on the second leg for them. Lane 3, City of Leicester continuing to lead. Sammy Prizer doing exactly what he needs to do as we turn for halfway. The reigning champs in this are the City of Leicester. And their winning time last year was 3:40.54. That was last year's regionals. They took the gold medals, so they will want to take them again here, I'm sure. Close between 5 and 6 as we turn at that end, the far end of the pool, to 16.98 for the City of Leicester, to 18.96 for Repton. City of Leicester now have Archie Dandy in the pool. Repton have got Cameron Jameson trying to chase them down. And it is City of Leicester over first into the final takeover. Sam Mesa is on the home leg for Repton. Jacob Mills is on the home leg for the City of Leicester. And Mills is going to be lightning quick here, I'm sure. As will Mesa. 25 left of the first length. Lane 3 also trying to pull themselves in. Nova Centurion. Nova was second last year. Repton were third last time around. So it is the same top 3 that we saw last time as things stand. City of Leicester looked like they were a little bit under threat, but not anymore with 25 to go. It is going to be the City of Leicester into the wall first. How fast did they go? 3:39.35. That is faster than they won it in last year. 3:39.35 compared to 3:40.54. The second place was Repton, 3:44.79. And third place was Northampton 1. They managed to get the bronze medals from Nova Centurion on that last leg because it's 3:47.97 for Northampton 1, 3:48.44 for Nova. Second relay to come then. Men's 17 years and over 4x100 freestyle. The exact same deal as we just saw. This time with the older gents though. Loughborough University, the reigning champions in the regional 4x100 17 and over freestyle relay. Their team of Ben Harrison, Thomas Exel, Thomas Blore and Michael Ripper last year gave them the gold medals by 6 clear seconds. 7 clear seconds, actually. This time, they've got Andreas Vaziaks, Calvin Fry, Michael Ripper, and Alexander Cahoon in the pool. Elsewhere, you have Colville in 0, Loughborough Uni in 1, City of Lincoln in 2, City of Leicester in 3, Nova are in 4, 5 is Notts Leander, 6 is Rushton, 7 is Ripley Rascals, 8 is Derby Excel. 50.51 was the split there for Loughborough University. That was Andreas Vaziak's time. Second on that one, 52.44 for the City of Leicester. And it is Leicester in lane 3 over second. Very tight. Still though, Loughborough University certainly not safe yet. City of Leicester under threat from silver medals. And that threat is coming from lane 8, Derby Excel, who will definitely want to be in the medals here if they can be. Loughborough Uni are over first at halfway. City of Leicester second. Derby Excel third. Over Centurion 4. 4 teams and 3 medals. It'll be really interesting to see which way round they go. We're on to the third leg now. You have Michael Ripper swimming for Loughborough Uni. Jamie Green swimming for the City of Lincoln. It's George Moore swimming for City of Leicester. Daniel Owain-Nichols is swimming for Nova. Derby Excel have Ethan Lawton in the pool. And Lawton really pushing City of Leicester here. Those two swimmers won't necessarily be able to see each other across the 6 lanes in the pool. They might have an idea of some moving body on the other side, but they won't be sure who it is. The advantage they have though is it's a relay, so they dive in halfway. They know that they're under threat from whichever lane. That time it was Derby Excel in second position. We have Liam Dawson in the water now for Derby Excel. City of Leicester have got Luke Stevens swimming. Loughborough University have Alexander Cahoon in the pool. Cahoon is over first with 50 to go. And Loughborough Uni are probably not going to get caught now. Can City of Leicester claim back the silver medals that they were in position to take for so much of this race? Or will they go to Derby Excel, who have had a really strong back end to this relay? 10 remain now, and it is going to be Loughborough Uni in lane 1. Finish time for them is 3:27.97. Derby Excel take the silvers with a 3:31.89, and it is City of Leicester third with 3:35.63. Gold for Loughborough, silver for Derby, and bronze for the City of Leicester. Well, again, that was a second quicker than Loughborough Uni went last year to win the golds, and they needed to do it too. Last year they came first by a clear 7 seconds. This time round there were only 4. Now it's the turn of the women to do exactly the same thing. First up, we have the women's 14-16 years 4x100 freestyle relay. 0 is Ripley Rascals. 1 is Swadlincote. 2, City of Lincoln Pentaqua. 3, Grantham. 4, City of Leicester. 5, Nova Centurion. 6, Rushton. 7, Swadlincote. 8, Derby Excel. 9 is Hinckley. To confirm, 2 Swadlincote teams. Swadlincote 1 are in 7. Swadlincote 2 are in lane 1. No limit on the number of teams that clubs can submit. 14-16 years 4x1 was won by Repton last year, who have chosen not to enter this time around. Deventio came second last year. Of course, no longer existed as a club, but they merged with City of Derby to create Derby Excel, so they will probably be the favourites here in lane 8. And Tyres, Charlotte Room, Adea Sulaku and Millie King swimming for them, and no surprise to see Derby Excel out first. 29.27 was the 50-metre split for them. Nova just behind with a 29.97. Nova have Emily Parkins on this first leg, but Anna Tyres for Derby Excel is going to get her team first at the first takeover. City of Leicester second and Nova third. 1 minute, 0.36 for Derby Excel to turn first. City of Leicester still in second position with Nova in third at the moment. Remember, these swimmers need to be in the top 30 teams nationwide across all regionals. They must be in the top 30 nationwide if they want to swim at the British Summer Championships. And the faster they are within that top 30, the faster they'll be seeded. The later heat they'll be in. So, well worth swimming as hard as you can, even if you're ahead. Derby Excel are ahead, but not by a great deal. City of Leicester are right behind them. Derby Excel over first. 2 minutes, 0.73. 2:02.17 for the City of Leicester. So just over a second between the two clubs. The second leg there was swum by Alyssa Lowe for the City of Leicester and Charlotte Room for Derby Excel. DX now have Adeo Salako swimming in lane 8. Macy Walton is swimming for the City of Leicester over in lane 4. It does seem that it's going to come down to one of these two clubs, either Derbyshire's Performance Club or Leicestershire's Performance Club. Adea Salaku of Derby Excel continuing to lead here. Nowhere near safe though. Millie King about to dive in for DX, and she's got her work cut out if she wants to keep Anna Clark from chasing her down on this final 100-metre leg. DX over first. 2:55.11. Sorry, 3:03.38. 3:04.66 for the City of Leicester. So it's 1.2 seconds between these two swimmers. Approaching the last turn of this relay, and City of Leicester's Anna Clark really is pushing this here. Could she chase down Derby Excel here and take a gold for City of Leicester, or can Isabel Welcott Picker take the gold medals, confirm the gold medals for Derby Excel? They have led the whole way. They both passed 15 at very similar times. You know, Anna Clark could sneak this here for the City of Leicester. They're coming into the last 5 metres. Will it be DX in 8? Will it be City of Leicester in 4? I think DX did just enough. Yeah, they did. 4:05.50 is the gold medal winning time for Derby Excel. City of Leicester take the silvers with a 4:06.27, less than a second between them in the end. City of Leicester did close that gap on that last 100. Just needed a little bit more. I think if it was a 5x100, they may have got it. Nova Centurion is third. Next up is the women's 17 years and over 4x1 freestyle relay. So keep warming up, team. "17 years and over, 4x100 freestyle relay." These relays, I should say, are heat declared winners. We did see some heats, or multiple heats, in some of the relays yesterday, but this time around only or fewer than 10 teams have entered each relay, so we've not needed to use those multiple heats. Lane 1 is the Uni of Nottingham 2. Lane 2 is Repton 3. And lane 3 is Repton 2. That's not confusing at all. I'm definitely going to get in a medal with that. Lane 2 is Repton 3. And lane 3 is Repton 2. Oh, God help me. Lane 4 is Repton 1. Lane 5 is Uni of Nottingham 1. Lane 6 is the City of Lincoln Pentaqua. Lane 7 is Nova Centurion. Lane 8 is Loughborough University. Last year's winners on this event were Deventio. Loughborough Unit was second. Does seem to be a bit of a delay on poolside here. Not entirely sure what exactly that's for, but I'm sure we will get the swimming underway in just a moment. So yeah, last year, Deventio were first. Derby Excel choosing not to submit a team this time around. Repton came 7th last year. I struggle to see a world in which Repton don't end up in the medals in this. I really do. They've got a strong team. Maria Romanoska, Grace Conroy, Laurie Devine, Henry Dimassa is in that Repton 1 team. And I recognise all of those names from across this weekend as achieving in finals, achieving in the heats. Nova Centurion, well, they're always a force to be reckoned with. Not sure if they have won a relay yet. Could this be the one they pinch? Kate Morris, Anya Priest, Rose Gubbins and Shay Stewart in the water for Nova in just a few moments' time. Nova came 3rd last year in this relay. And Loughborough Uni on the outside, not submitted a seed time. That means that they are in lane 8, the only team not to submit a seed time. And the winning time, 3:49.86 last time around. It wasn't even close actually last time around. Was for the other places though. And with that winning team out, who knows what we'll see. We do seem to have lifeguards tightening a lane rope. If you're wondering, is that the Bob the Builder theme tune in the background? I can confirm that yes, the venue commentary team playing Bob the Builder, which usually means that there's been something that's broken, and we did see the lifeguards come in to try and tighten the lane rope. Still seem to be unhappy with one of the ropes, so the Bob the Builder theme continues. Just to rattle through those again, if you couldn't hear in the background, Union of Nottingham 2 in 1. 2 is Repton 3, 3 is Repton 2, 4 is Repton 1, 5 Union of Nottingham 1, 6 City of Lincoln Pentaqua, 7 Nova, 8 is Loughborough University. And the 17 years and over relay is away. 3 Repton teams. They really want to claim a gold here. We've already seen them take several relay goals at this championships, including at Corby last weekend. What can they show here? Very tight at the first turn. 27.90 for Loughborough Uni, 27.95 for Repton 1, 5 100ths in it on the first turn. And I think the Repton 1 will end up potentially leading Loughborough Uni here on the first 100. Maria Romanowska for Repton 1 in lane 4. Yeah, she is their first time just coming up. 57.18, 58.18 for Loughborough Uni. Exactly a second between Clementine Lavelle's time in lane 8 and Maria Romanowska's time in lane 4. Uni of Nottingham keeping themselves close to Repton 1 here as well. Their team is Amy Davies, Nellie Finch, Francesca Whiting and Madeline Soper. Turn third there. But they only turn... I say they turn third. They don't turn third. They turn 4 100ths ahead of Loughborough Uni. And now there's 3 teams all neck and neck. 15 metres until we make halfway. I think the Repton 1 will come in ahead here, but only by a fingertip. It is Repton 1 over first. 156.33, 156.55 for Uni of Nottingham, who are now in silver medal position. 157.48 for Loughborough Uni puts them almost a second behind the 2 leaders. That leg there was Grace Conroy for Repton. It was Nellie Kinch for the Uni of Nottingham, and it was Harriet Rogers for Loughborough Uni. We now have Jessica Podger in the pool for Loughborough, Francesca Whiting in the water for the Uni of Nottingham, and Laurie Devine for Repton 1. Devine leads 2:23.78. The split time up there, 2:25.26 for Uni of Nottingham. She is pulling away from the university. Loughborough Uni now in second place. It's going to be the battle of the unis for silvers. Repton have had a great swim on this third leg. Laurie Devine has done exactly what she needed to do and has made that lead a little bit more comfortable for Repton. Not a lot more comfortable, but a little bit more comfortable. 2:53.47 for Repton 1 to turn first. 2:55.24 for Loughborough Uni to turn second. And coming now into the final 25 metres. This is going to be so tight between lane 4, Repton 1, and lane 8, Loughborough University. The swimmers in the water in 4, Henrietta Diamassa, in 8, Scarlet Orchard. Which of these two can get there first? They passed the 5-metre flags at practically the same time. Who got to the wall first? It was Loughborough University. 3:51.34. They snatched that gold from Repton. I don't know how they did that. That was a brilliant last leg from Scarlet Orchard. A brilliant last leg from Scarlet Orchard to take the gold medal for Loughborough Uni. Repton are second. Uni of Nottingham are third. Well, that concludes the first portion of this finals session. If you've joined us for any of the other finals, you'll know that we've added these 10-minute swim down breaks just because the swim down facility here at Moorways isn't super big. Can't allow maybe as many swimmers as would like to cool down after the relays to access it. So we will resume the swimming at exactly 20 past 1. I'll see you in what is now 9 minutes' time. Okay, well, the racing will be back underway in just a moment's time. We're going to start with the women's, with the women's 15 years 50 backstroke. But before we do commence the live broadcast, just after we came off air before the end of the last session, we did have a 50-metre backstroke swim-off. It was between Cole Angel of Kettering, who was in lane 5, and Jared Collins of Nova, who was in lane 4. And we didn't broadcast it live, so here is the recording of that race. This was for a place in the final that we will see later for the 15 years, 50 metres backstroke. This is a swim-off. So we do have a swim-off to the side, a place in the 50 metres backstroke. We've got a swimmer from Kettering in lane number 5 and a swimmer not from Kettering in lane number 4. 15 metres to go, and it looks like the Kettering swimmer might have the slightest edge here. It's going to be really tight on the finish. Which one gets to the wall first? Is it 5 or 4? It's 5. 29.88 for the Kettering swimmer, and we know that they will progress either to be a reserve finalist or into a final tonight. I can't confirm to you their names now, but I will get hold of their names, and in the live commentary I'll be able to give you their actual names. And just like I said, yeah, that was, unfortunately I didn't have the names then, but it was Cole Angel of Kettering that did qualify for the 15 years final based on that swim-off. Jared Collins of Nova coming second and is first reserve. Live swimming resumes now. This is our first final of the afternoon. Weird not saying first final of the evening, right? It is the girls 15 years, 50 metres backstroke. Olivia Anstey in 0. I'm going to rattle through them actually. Bailey Carter, Evie Farrar, Darcy Platts, Anna Tyers, Erin Gent, Millie King, Grace Twilton, Charlotte Byron and Alice Kirkpatrick. And it is go. Fastest in was Anna Tyers, 31.86. We just saw her swim in a relay earlier on for her club, Derby XL. She's got a little bit on the rest of the pool already as she passes the 25-metre mark. She qualified on 31.86. It's not confirmed yet because Gent is pretty close to her, but I do think that Tyers should take the touch on this one. 31.10, well underneath her best time. Or well underneath her qualifying time, I should say. Erin Gent second with a 31.86. That was the exact time that Anna Tyers went in the heats. Love it when stuff like that happens. And then Darcy Platts takes the bronze medal. First set of individual medals from today issued. We now have the women's 16 years, 50 metres backstroke final. 0 is Brianna Hansen Hoare. 1, Mia Copping. They're for Repton and Lincoln Vulcans. Arabella Green of Repton in 2. Eve Turnbull of Carlton Forum in 3. Millie Wells for the City of Leicester in 4. Grace Wingham for Kettering in 5. 6 is Emma McLean for Rushton. City of Leicester have Amreen Sanghira in 7 and Macy Walton in 8. And 9 is Isabel Brailsford for Derby XL. .31.95 was Millie Wells's fastest time. Grace Wingham almost a second behind that with 32.68. Let's see what this final brings.
16 years, 250 backstroke. Millie Wells, City of Leicester with the fastest qualifier in lane number 4.
25 done, 25 to go. And Millie Wells does have the slightest of leads here as we come past the 15-metre marker. She has half a body length on the rest of the pool. Lane 3 going with, and 3 could take the silvers here. Or can Grace Wingham do it from lane 5? Into the wall goes Millie Wells. She takes the gold in 31.42. It's 3/10 of a second slower than the last final, but a gold medal for Millie Wells. Silver for Grace Wingham in a 32.4, which is quicker than her heat swim. Same for Wells, quicker than her heat swim too. Turnbull takes the bronze medal. This time, the big final, the 17 years and over 50 metres backstroke final. Charlie Jones of Loughborough Uni in 0, Jessica Lee for Nottingham Leander in 1, Charlotte Hall for Derby Excel in 2, Georgina Pryor for Derby Excel in 3. Loughborough Uni have Sophie de Groot in 4, Harriet Rogers in 5, and Natasha Whittle in 6. Lucy Hitchin for Repton is in 7. 8 is B Jones for the City of Leicester. 9 is Nellie Kinch for the Uni of Nottingham. I did say in commentary during the heats that this was going to be quite the final. 0.11 separates first from third. 0.04 separates first from second. Sophie de Groot goes in lane 4, 29.73 to Harriet Rogers, 29.77. As I said, just 0.04 between the two women in the centre. De Groot dropping slightly behind Rogers. Rogers and De Groot have gone head-to-head in finals already across the weekend. I think I've seen them head-to-head a couple of times. It does look like Rogers has the slight lead as they go into the flags, but very, very close between the two. It is joint first. We have a joint first. Joint gold medals between, not who you might think, actually, because Harriet Rogers and Natasha Whittle in lane 6, who I didn't even have my eye on, they came joint first with 29.63, 29.79 for Sophie de Groot to take bronze. It's 2 golds and a bronze for Loughborough Uni. That is the first joint gold medal that we have had so far these championships. This time, it's the men's 15 years, 200 metres butterfly final. 0 is Jack Bainbridge for Chesterfield. 1, Jacob Breers for Deepings. 2, Lucas Granville for Nova. 3, Jack Bignell for Northampton. Oscar Goldsmith for South Links is in 4. 5 is Oliver Henshaw for Belper Marlin. 6 is Tyler Holland for the City of Leicester. 7, Mario Vasconcelos Blanche for Northampton. 8 is William Swindlehurst for Nova. Oscar Goldsmith is our fastest qualifier. Of course he is. He is in lane 4. 2:20.55 was his qualifying time. Henshaw was first to 50, 30.76, but 31.13 for Goldsmith, and he is now leading the way as we approach the turn for halfway. Goldsmith's split 105.35.
Still, Oscar Goldsmith of South Links.
Oh well, no one's going to catch Oscar Goldsmith here. Southlinks swimmer 1:41.51 turns 5 seconds ahead of Bignall in 3, Henshaw in 5. Only a tenth of a second separating those two at that turn. So the silvers and the bronzes very much undecided at the moment. But with 5 meters to go, it is absolutely Oscar Goldsmith with 5 meters clear of the rest of the pool. 2:17.30 for Goldsmith. That is a whole 3 seconds underneath the time he did in the heats. That's got to be a very good swim from him, surely. Second, Jack Bignall with a 2:21.44. Similarly, that's a couple of seconds under his heat swim time. Third, Oliver Hemshaw, 2:22.37. Sorry, 2:22.73 was the time that he went.
Harris.
16 years, 200 fly, final coming up. 0 is Thomas McNamara for Loughborough, Jensen Ward of Notts-Leander in 1, Alex Sadler for South Links in 2, Lewis Fitch for the City of Leicester in 3, 4 is Finlay Caudle for Repton. City of Leicester have Sammy Prizer in 5, Ethan Ford in 6, and Daniel Harris in 7. Very well represented here at the City of Leicester. Harrison Bywater of Loughborough in lane 8. 9 is Noah van Hoebeek for Chesterfield. Finlay Caudle, the only swimmer under 2 minutes 18. He went 2:17.99 in the heats. Sammy Prizer, 2:18.42. So half a second difference, less than half a second difference between Caudle and Prizer. This could be an interesting final. It really could. And this final is nowhere near as clear-cut as the last one. I mean, there's about 4 or 5 swimmers that could take the gold medal, and we've only got 75 metres left to swim. Lane 2, 4, 5 or 7, all in gold medal contention. And 3 and 6 aren't that further back either. Aren't that much further back either. Who's going to get into the wall first at the top end? Wow, again, it's almost impossible to actually tell, just looking at the screen there, who is going to get there first. This final is shaping up to be absolutely brilliant. Finlay Caudle in 4, Sammy Prizer in 5, Daniel Harris in 7, also lane 3, Lewis Fitch, lane 2, Alex Sadler. Take your pick, because they all turned pretty much together on that last 50, and they will know that there are other swimmers around them, and that might give them that bit more to push here. 5 to go. Caudle may have the slight lead over Prizer, but it's going to come down to who has the better finish, and Prizer may have done that. It was Sam Prizer. That was all on the last stroke, and it was by 1/100th of a second. 2:18.63. Sammy Prizer snatches that from Finlay Caudle. He's got to watch that finish back, surely. It's like the 2012 200 fly, Michael Phelps, Chandler Clough, Olympic finish incident all over again. Sammy Prizer takes the gold by 1/100th of a second with an excellent final stroke. Finlay Caudle misjudges it by a fraction to take the silver. I don't want to play down that swim at all. but a hundredth of a second is painful. What a fantastic final. Never thought I'd see a 200 fly final, even at a super high level, come down to a hundredth. Usually they're fairly clear. Brilliant racing here in Derby. Next, the men's 17 years and over 200 fly. 0 is Alex Keevil for Leicester Sharks. 1, Owen Hathwaite for Grantham. 2, Sam Cook for Corby. Loughborough Uni have Sam Tucker in 3, Thomas Sansom in 4, Ben Harrison in 5. George Moore for the City of Leicester is in 6. 7 is Oliver Silver for Radford. 8, Luke Stevens for the City of Leicester. 9, Luke Geel for Nova Centurion.
So, here we go then. We need 17 years and over. 200 metres butterfly. Tom Sansom, Loughborough University. Ben Harrison, Loughborough University. Sam Tucker, all in the same middle lanes here. And it is Tom Sansom in 27.72 for the first 50. Lane number 5, Ben Harrison. George Moore, City of Leicester in lane number 6. Going well in lane number 3 is Samuel Tucker from Loughborough University. Well, it looks like Tom Sansom. He's going to turn first for Loughborough University.
First 100 metres is down. Over first was Thomas Sansom, 59.26. Only swimmer in the pool sub-minute out on the first 100. 102.33 for Sam Cook over in 2, but the real race is between 3, 4 and 5. 1 minute 4.1, 1 minute 6.5 for Sam Tucker and Ben Harrison respectively. This is tight here between Thomas Sansom and Ben Harrison. We couldn't see another finish like the one we just saw, surely. Sansom 132.16, Harrison 132.88. They are so close together here. This could come from either of the two Loughborough University teammates in the centre. They have 15 metres to go. Will it be Thomas Sansom in lane 4, Ben Harrison in lane 5? They approach the 5 metre marker at exactly the same time. Which one gets to the wall first? Again, it is on the finish. And it's Ben Harrison, 2:04.75, 2:04.93 for Thomas Sansom. Sansom led Harrison the whole way through that, but again, Harrison had that better finish, 2:04.75. It's 5 seconds quicker, almost, than Ben Harrison went in the heats. Sansom knocks off a couple of seconds to Sam Cook, 2:08.97, picks up a bronze medal from lane 2 for Corby. And wow, that's down from a 2:13 in the heat, so 5 seconds again of improvement from Sam Cook. Usually 200 fly might not be my favourite race to watch, but they really have treated us to some fantastic finals in the 200 fly over the course of the last 3. This time it's the 15 years, 100 breaststroke for girls. 0 is Caitlin Butters for Bassett Law. Emily Wynn for the City of Leicester in 1. Madeline Smurthwaite for the City of Lincoln in 2. Connie Rennard, Neve Dunbar, Philippa Hickman, Kate Andrews, Darcy Platts, Phoebe Morgan and Freya Andrews round off 3 through to 9. This is going to be tight again. 1:17.38 for Dunbar, 1:17.61 for Hickman, 1:17.88 for Rennard. This 15 years 100 breaststroke final could go to any of those 3. Kate Andrews is a couple of seconds behind that. The same with Madeline Smurthwaite, but Rennard in 3, Dunbar in 4, Hickman in 5. Who is going to turn first? I think 3 might do. Connie Rennard, 37.03, was first to the wall. Can she maintain this now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 swimmers inner line there. Lanes 3 through to 8. It is the swimmers in 3, 4 and 5 as predicted that seem to be a little bit ahead of the rest of the pool as they pass 25 metres to go. 15 now, and I can't separate these 3 in the centre. We'll get the finish angle in a moment, and that'll help us a little bit. Well, it's tight between 4 and 5. 4 or 5 for the finish. 4, I think. Yeah, Dunbar 116.67. 116.97 for Philippa Hickman to take second. Connie Renard takes the bronze medal.
The final of this event, 912 women 16 years, 100 metres breaststroke. Lane 0, Tegan Gray, Gainsborough. Lane 1, Isla Berry Taylor, Belper Marlin. Lane 2, Emily Batchelor, Kettering. Charlotte Room, Derby Excel. Lane 4, Mabel Walker, Repton. Lane 5, Anna Farr, City of Leicester. Lane 6, Grace Wingham, Kettering.
16 years, 100 breaststroke this time around. 0 is Tegan Gray for Gainsborough. 1, Isla Perry Taylor for Belper Marlin. 2, Emily Batchelor for Kettering. 3, Charlotte Room for Derby Excel. 4, Mabel Walker for Repton. 5, Anna Farr for the City of Leicester. 6, Grace Wingham for Kettering. 7, Lola Humshaw for Radford. 8, Lily Tappan for Corby. 9, Poppy Scotchbrook for the City of Leicester. This one a little bit less tight. The standard of the 15-year-olds actually a little bit stronger than the standard of the 16 years because we had 3 swimmers in the 117 mark in the previous final. This one we've got 1, Mabel Walker in 117.88. If she wants to go faster than the 15 years final, she'll have to improve on that heat swim by over a second. It's lane 5 who's going to turn first at 50. Anna Farr in 37.04. 36.98 is the split time given there for Mabel Walker, which means that Farr's split might be a little bit off. I've said a few times about the breaststroke splits sometimes activating on the feet rather than the hands. They always get there on the finish, but sometimes you touch a little bit lighter with a turn. But there's no doubt about the fact that Anna Farr from the City of Leicester, maybe she just went easy on the heats because she has won this final by a mile. 1:15.34. That is, well, 4 seconds almost underneath her heat swim time. She went 1:19.19 this morning. She's just gone 1:15.34 to finish first and take a gold medal. Mabel Walker picks up a silver. Grace Wingham takes home a bronze.
University.
17 years, 100 at breaststroke final. 0, Chloe Daybell for Nova Centurion. 1, Lily Jackson Oates for Nova. Fatina Kulkarni at City of Leicester in 2. Syrian Harries for Loughborough Uni in 3. Hannah Bowley for Repton in 4. Kira Fletcher for Nova in 5. Holly Robinson for Repton in 6. 7 is Katie Fans for the City of Lincoln. 8, Ashley Green for Repton. 9, Anna Stansfield, Uni of Nottingham. Well, you can just see the standard change, really. Only one swimmer went 1:17 in the previous final to qualify for it, I should say. This time, if you went 1:17, you weren't necessarily going to get into the final at all. 1:17.37, the minimum standard to qualify for this final. 1:12.40 was Bowley's heat swim to qualify fastest. Bowley, 18 years of age at the end of this year. Kira Fletcher, 25 years old at the end of this year. Both turn at the same time. 34.95 for Bowley, 35.07 for Kira Fletcher. And they are stroke for stroke as we approach the 25-metre mark. Which of these two is going to get to the end first? I think that Bowley is ever so slightly ahead of Fletcher and is losing her, or rather Fletcher is losing Bowley on the last few metres, but certainly all to swim for as we come under the 5-metre flags. It is very close on the end, but Bowley, I think, gets there first. 1:11.58, only by fractions of a second ahead of Kira Fletcher. 1:11.73. I think they really pushed each other hard there.
We now move back to the scoreboard end for 3 50-metre finals, after which
We now have 50-metre freestyle finals. Men's and then women's. So 6 back-to-back 50 freestyle finals to bring you. 0 is David Bucher for Worksop. Harry Pyatt of Worksop in 1. 2, Martin Iankov for Derby Phoenix. 3, Joshua Clark for Grantham. 4, Ewan Cox for the City of Lincoln. 5 is Harry Milne for Repton. 6, Lane Keyworth for Bassetlaw. 7, Mario Vasconcelos Blanche for Northampton. 8, Ewan Hayes Wormel for Worksop. 9 is Tyler Holland for the City of Leicester. Officials just performing a test start to make sure that the start unit is 1, making a noise, and 2, communicating with the automatic timing equipment that we have here at Moorways. These will be lightning quick. 25.91, Ewan Cox's heat swim. 26.09 for Harry Milne. Hardly anything in that 0.2 of a second between those two swimmers. Can Ewan Cox hold off Harry Milne here on this final? 15 or fewer metres remain, and it does look like Ewan Cox is going to have enough here to take it. Harry Milne coming through fast, but I think that Ewan Cox should be there first. He was. 25.35 for Ewan Cox. Absolutely smashes his heat swim. 25.51 for Harry Milne. Well, he didn't go under 26 in the heats, and he's just gone almost half a second under 26. And the same for Lane Keyworth. He was in lane 6 and had gone 26.23. He's just gone 25.81. Okay, we're now on to the 16 years 50 freestyle final. 0, George Cummings for Notts Leander. 1 is Oliver Osborne for Derby Excel. 2, James Gannicott for the City of Leicester. 3, Jake Franz for Worksop. 4, Jacob Mills for the City of Leicester. 5, Cameron Jameson for Repton. 6, James Berry for Radford. 7 is Laurel Roberts Burrell for Notts Leander. 8 is Alexander Menshutskin for Kettering. 9 is Sebastian Ebanks for Derby Excel. Men's 50 freestyle final. And we should note here too that Jacob Mills of City of Leicester in lane 4 is knocking on the door of the 15 years British age group record for 50 metre freestyle. If he wants to get that record, he needs to go 23.27, and that is not a lot quicker than his personal best time. It's not even that much quicker than his heat swim, which wasn't as fast as his personal best time. What does he have in the tank here? Could he do it? How close will he be? 15 metres to go. There's hardly any doubt about the fact that Jacob Mills is going to win the gold medal here. It's just about how fast can he go. Into the wall he comes. Jacob Mills touches first. What's the time? 23.81. Just a little bit outside where he needed to be for that record, but he's got until September to break it, and I'm pretty sure that's going to go. He's also knocking on the door of the 100 freestyle record for 15 years. So do keep the name Jacob Mills in the back of your mind. Cameron Jameson takes the silver, Jake Franz takes the bronze, and I'm sure Jacob Mills is going to get that record this summer. I can just feel it. This time, the men's 17 years and over 50 freestyle final. 0 Ruben West for Loughborough Uni. In fact, it's Loughborough Uni, as I say, is Daniel Genkus in 1. 2 is Liam Dawson for Derby XL. 3 Calvin Fry. 4 Adam Metcalf. 5 Jake Hutchinson for the City of Leicester. 6 Thomas Exel. 7 Ben Blowers. 8 Michael Ripper. 9 Tom Truman. Nova Centurion. 23.65 Adam Metcalf with the fastest time of the meet, only 3/100ths of a second ahead of Jake Hutchinson in lane 5. Metcalf, 22 years of age, 17-year-old Jake Hutchinson in lane 5. Which of these two is going to get there first? Or could it be somebody completely different? Could it be someone completely different? Calvin Fry in lane 3 is having a cracking swim over on the far side. He takes this, I believe. Calvin Fry, 23.32 is the winning time, the gold medal time. Silver for Thomas Exel, 23.70. Adam Metcalf takes the bronze medal. Calvin Fry on the outside. And again, we have another 10-minute break now, so we will be back with you just after 2 o'clock, just after 2 minutes past 2 to be precise. We'll see you in 10. Back live for the 50 freestyle finals. This time, the turn of the women. Going to rattle through these really quickly for you. Neve Ping, Charlotte Bemrose, Darcy Platts, Bailey Carter, Anna Tyers, Erin Ingham, Millie King, Janet Fung, Winifred Owen and Erin Gent are all in the water in this first of the 3 50-meter finals to come. Anna Tyers fastest in 27.84. She's just swum and won the 50 backstroke. Is she going to do the same here in the 50 free? She absolutely is. Anna Tyers takes the gold medal in 27.82. 2/100ths of a second faster than she went in the heats. Silver for Erin Ingham in 28.81, 28.92 for Bailey Carter. Very close between second and third, but 0.99 of a second is the amount by which Anna Tyers wins the gold medal. Next one is the 16 years 50 freestyle final. Just 9 swimmers in this rather than the usual 10. 0, Lucy Bannatyne for City of Leicester. They also have Macy Walton in 1 and Anna Farr in 2. Emily Parkins for Nova in 3. 4 is Eve Turnbull for Carlton Forum. 5, Arabella Green for Repton. 6 is Grace Wingham for Kettering. 7, Mia Copping for Lincoln Vulcans. And 8 is Emily Batchelor for Kettering. Eve Turnbull, 28.27. Arabella Green, 28.55. Emily Parkins, 28.56. And Grace Wingham, 28.59. Well, good luck to the officials on the finish end of this one. 25 done. Eve Turnbull did seem to have the lead going into that 25-meter mark, approaching the finish. And it could be lane 4. It's going to be lane 4, but lane 2 could take the silver. 4, Eve Turnbull takes the gold medal in 27.78. Just a little bit faster than the previous final, only by 4/100ths though. Anna Farr takes the silver and the bronze from Arabella Green. Last 50-meter final of the champs. No, it's not, because we've got 50 back to come. Last 50-meter freestyle final of the champs. 0, Olivia Han for Repton. 1, Grace Conroy for Repton. 2, Amy Davies for the Uni of Nottingham. Maria Romanowska for Repton is in 3. Harriet Rogers and Sophie de Groot, both of Loughborough, go in 4 and 5. 6 is Laurie Devine for Repton. 7, Jessica Lee for Leander. 8, Alexandra Bewlett for the City of Lincoln. 9, Amelia Mule for Loughborough Uni. Well, we have already seen... we have already seen the 2 swimmers that you see in the centre go against each other once today. They're about to do it again. That was in the 50 backstroke final. In that case, Rogers took a gold. De Groot got a bronze because it was a joint gold that Rogers took. Who will get the better in this 50 freestyle final? Harriet Rogers looks really strong in lane 4. Really, really strong indeed. 25.86. And she does have half a second on paper, so you would expect it to look strong. She has almost a body length in a 50, and Harriet Rogers really is quicker freestyle. 25.83 for Harriet Rogers in the 50 freestyle. Silver for Sophie de Groot. Bronze for Laurie Devine. 3/100th faster than she went in the heats. Very, very consistent swimming. Men 15 years, 100 breaststroke final now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9 finals left here in Derby. This first one, 15 years, 100 breast. Nova are very well represented in this final. 0, Max Holland. 1, Jared Collins. 2, Luke Chambers, all Nova. Amantethi of Rushden in between 3 Nova swimmers on either side because Nicholas Salcooper-Vola is in 4, Oliver Richmond in 5, Harrison Clark in 6, again all Nova. 7, Oscar Goldsmith for South Links, 8, Sam Mesa for Repton, 9, Harrison Griggs-White for Dronfield. 6 Nova swimmers in this final. It's going to be another close one. 1:12, 1:6 for Evan Hawley in qualifying. 1:12.31. Sorry, that's the wrong final. 1:12.43 for Nicholas Salcooper-Vola in qualifying. 1:12.63 for Oliver Richmond. Exactly 0.2 of a second separating the fastest 2 teammates into this final. It's probably going to come from one of them because Amantethi is a second behind Richmond. Salcooper-Vola in 4, Richmond in 5. 15 years, 100 breaststroke final is away.
So here we go then, the 15 years, 100 metres breaststroke. And Nicholas Pummer in lane number 4, Oliver Richmond in lane number 5.
Nicholas Salcooper-Vola is already in the lead. Maybe he had more to give from his heat swim this morning, and he's going to show us here exactly what he has available to use. He's going to turn first at 50 by half a body length already. Split time there, 34.06. 34.23 for Amantethi to turn second. 34.59 for Oliver Richmond. And I can't see anyone catching Nicholas Salcooper-Vola now, even his teammate Oliver Richmond, who is looking strong on this second 50. Amantethi looks like he's going to get a medal. Could it be bronze or silver, though? 15 to go. Richmond really is coming for Salcooper-Vola on the final few metres, but I don't know if he's going to be able to catch him before the wall. He really, really is going for it, though. It comes to the finish, and Salcooper-Vola should have done enough. He has 1:10.67 for Nicholas Salcooper-Vola. He's dropped 2 seconds from his heat. Oliver Richmond has done exactly the same, 1:10.80. He's dropped 2 seconds from his heat as well. Amantethi takes a bronze, and he's dropped a second too. Pretty good final for the 15 years 100 breast. Really, really good to see these athletes able to swim faster in a final, especially when there's not always a lot of time between the heat swim and the final swim. It is the way swimming works. It is important that athletes are able to perform twice on the same day at least, and some of these have had multiple heats and multiple finals across each day. 16 years 100 breaststroke final now. Jacob Hodgkinson for Bassett Law in 0-1. James Berry for Radford. Man of Mystery of Northampton is in 2-3. Alfie Malloy for Loughborough 4. Evan Hawley for Nova 5. George Cummings for Notts Leander. 6 is Cole Stevens for Chesterfield. 7 Alfie Bisbee for South Links. 8 is Alexander Minshutskin for Kettering. 9 Cameron Bell for Rushton. Well, this is the one which I was speaking about before and accidentally confused the entry times with. 1:12.16 for Evan Hawley, 1:12.31 for George Cummins, 1:12.50 for Alfie Malloy. 3 swimmers all in the 1:12 region and in the low 1:12 region as well. So a quarter of a second or so separating them, just over a quarter of a second separating 1, 2 and 3, and neither of them seemed to be over first there. 33.22 it was. Lane 1, James Berry was over first. 33.79 for Alfie Malloy in lane 3 was over second. And now there are only 25 metres to go. James Berry could be an outside smoker here. 15 left, and James Berry is looking very nice on the outside. It's going to take a lot for 4 or 5 to catch him. George Cummings is giving it a go. Can James Berry hold on here from lane 1? I can hear a lot of noise outside my cupboard as these swimmers come into the wall. I think Berry did get pushed to silver medal position. That was snatched from him, really. George Cummins takes the gold in 1:11.35. 1:11.57 for George Cummings. Sorry, 1:11.57 for James Berry to take the silver. Evan Hawley picks up the bronze medal. 100-meter breaststroke final now for the 17 years and over men. Thomas White for Nova in 0-1. Michael Edwards for Loughborough Uni. Reese Taylor for Mansfield in 2. Callum Melville for Nova in 3. Harvey Freeman for Loughborough in 4. 5. Luke Ibbison for Loughborough Uni. 6. Jack Blair for Chesterfield. 7. Mackenzie Cannon for Loughborough. 8. Dominic Bulls for Repton. 9. Arthur Llewellyn for Loughborough Uni. And 17 years final is away.
17 years and over then. 100 metres breaststroke.
Harvey Freeman fastest in 105.18. That is only
65 seconds from this morning.
8 100ths ahead of Luke Ibbison in lane 5. So can Freeman do this from lane 4, or will Ibbison catch him in lane 5? Freeman's best 100 breaststroke time is 102.82, so we know that he does have more in the tank if he's able to use it in this final. But Luke Ibbison swimming well in lane 5. Lane 6 is also having a good swim. That's Jack Blair from Chesterfield. I feel like I've said Jack Blair's having a good swim a few times this weekend. 15 metres to go, and Freeman not in the lead at the moment. Difficult to say who is. Free might get this. Callum Melville or Luke Ibbison on either side of Freeman. It is lane 3 that takes it. Callum Melville in 103.93, 104.26 for Luke Ibbison. Freeman picks up the bronze in 104.58.
Harvey Freeman, Loughborough University, 64.58.
The final of this event, 923 with his 15 years, 200 metres. Lane 0, Matilda Harris, Loughborough. Lane 1, Gracie St. Cole, City Lincoln, Pentaqua. Lane 2, Owen Jackson, Butterflaw. Lane 3, Freya Jones, Nova St. Jude.
Lane 0 on this next final, which is the 15 years 200 fly final, is Matilda Harries for Loughborough. 1 is Gracie May Cole for the City of Lincoln. 2 is Evelyn Jackson for Bassett Law. 3, Freya Jones for Nova Centurion. 4, Alyssa Lowe for the City of Leicester. 5, Olivia Anstey for Louth. 6, Elizabeth Palfrey for Loughborough. 7 is Olivia Beard for Nova. 8 is Rowan White for Rushton. 9 is Lily Hamilton for South Links.
Years 200 fly final then. Alyssa Lowe, City of Leicester, lane 4, 226.57. She's been clear, fastest qualifier here. Olivia Anstey from Louth in 5. Freya Jones from Nova Centurion in 3. So, first 50 then, it looks like Alyssa Lowe, Olivia Anstey. Alyssa Lowe, 32.17. So Alyssa Lowe still there.
Alyssa Lowe in lane 4 set a new personal best time to qualify fastest for this 200 butterfly. 2:26.57 is Alyssa Lowe's best time. Olivia Ansley, 2:30.38 was the time she set in the heats to qualify second.
So away we go then.
Who is going to get the better out of each of these two swimmers?
Alyssa Lowe. Olivia Anstey's not giving up though, but she's just a bit behind.
Olivia Anstey is sticking with Alyssa Lowe here. City of Leicester swimmer is in 4. Louth swimmer is in 5.
Nova Centurion still there as well. Lane
Low over first at 150, 148.75 to Anstey's 149.29. Less than a second between them, and Anstey does look strong. Anstey does have a PB faster than her heat swim. 2:28.13 is her best time from March of this year. 15 metres to go, and Alyssa Lowe looks strong on this final 50, with Anstey dropping back a little bit. Not a lot, though. And into the last 5, it is going to be Alyssa Lowe that takes the gold medal in the 15 years 200 fly. 2:27.65 is just outside. I say just outside. It's about a second outside her heat swim. Anstey second with a 2:29.65. Exactly 2 seconds behind Lowe. Takes the silver. Freya Jones picks up the bronze.
The final is 924 within 16 years, 200 metres butterfly. Lane 0, Sophie Gibbs, Radford. Lane 1, Francesca Hallam-Scott, Grantham. Lane 2, Matilda Hayes.
16 years.
Lane 3,
200 metres butterfly final. 0 is Sophie Gibbs for Radford, Francesca Hallam-Stott for Grantham in 1, Matilda Hayes for Derby Excel in 2, Mia Matthews for Northampton in 3, 4 is Lily Tappan for Corby, 5 Grace Turner for Grantham, 6 Sophie Martin for Chesterfield, 7 Poppy Scotchbrook for the City of Leicester, 8 is Libby Walsh for Swadlincote. Lily Tappan took the gold medal in the 400 IM yesterday. She then went and took the silver medal in the 200 breaststroke 10 minutes later. She's the fastest into this 200 fly. It has been a jam-packed weekend of racing for her. Qualified fastest in 2:32.44. She does have another 2 seconds to give. And bear in mind that Tappan actually PB'd on the 200 breast that was 10 minutes after the 400 IM as well. So we know that she has stamina and that she's fit at the moment. Let's see what she can do here. Grace Turner was in second, 2:35.34 as her heat time. And 3 seconds of advantage that Tappan takes in to this final. Over first at halfway was Lily Tappan, 1:12.51. She doesn't have a huge lead at the moment, with Grace Turner turning second in 1:12.89. So just over a quarter of a second between those two on the second turn here. And Grace Turner has pulled in front of Lily Tappan. Turning now for the final time. Last split that we'll see before the finish. It is going to be Grace Turner in lane 5 who turns first. 151.13 to 153.47 for Tappan. So a fair bit above of, a fair bit ahead of Tappan at the moment. And now the final few metres. Grace Turner looks really strong here in lane 5. She is going to take the gold medal in the 200 fly. 2:28.73 was her best time coming into this. Turner takes it into 30.83, so she's a couple of seconds outside her PB. 2:31.79 for Lily Tappan. That is still a second underneath her heat swim, and Mia Matthews picks up the bronze. Gold for Turner, silver for Tappan, bronze for Matthews.
finally from the window end, the final is event 925 with 17.
Last final for women. 200 fly final. We then got 3 50-meter backstroke finals. So yeah, the 17 years and over 200 fly final. 0 is Kate Morris for Nova. Constance Phillips of Nova in 1. 2, Holly Marshall for Repton. Maisie Elliott of Loughborough Uni in 3. Asia Coe for Derby in 4. 5 is Olivia Hunter for the City of Leicester. 6, Henrietta Diamassa for Repton. 7, Poppy Mead for Derby Excel. 8, Eleanor Broughton for Repton. 9, Francesca Palfrey for Loughborough Town. Well, the difference between Asia Coe and Olivia Hunter is next to nothing. 2:19.38 for Asia Coe, 2:19.75 for Olivia Hunter. Which one of these two young women is going to finish this first? Or could it be somebody completely different? 31.92 for Coe over first. 31.95 for Maisie Elliott over second. Elliott, possibly the dark horse in this race, qualified third fastest. I haven't been able to pull up all of their PBs, but it wouldn't surprise me if she has the fastest of the bunch. Maisie Elliott is over first at halfway. 1:06.61. 1:07.02 for Asia Coe. Puts her in second place at the moment. Coe coming up fast against Elliott. Elliott's best time is 2:15.43, but that time set back in 2019. I think she did go 2:15 at Champs this year, though. Yeah, 2:15.92, Maisie Elliott's season best. And now there's 50 left, and it is really, really tight between Asia Coe and Maisie Elliott. Elliott is in lane 3. Asia Coe is in lane 4, and Coe has started to take the lead again now. It did look like Maisie Elliott was going to win this. For all the world, it looked like Maisie Elliott was going to win this, but this has been a fantastic back end of this 200 fly for Asia Coe. Her best time is 2:17.21. What's the time going to be on the board as she comes into the wall? Touches and wins the gold medal. Brilliantly swum from Asia Coe. 2:18.77, so only a second or so outside her lifetime best. Second came from Maisie Elliott, 2:19.81, led up to halfway and dropped off with Asia Coe having that extra stamina in the second portion of the race. Olivia Hunter takes the bronze medal. And all that's left of these champs, or at least the part here in Derby, are 3 50-metre backstroke finals. 15, then the 16s, then the 17 years and over 15 years final swimmers. 0 Harrison Clark Nova, 1 Dylan Jameson Repton, 2 Daniel Doyle Kettering, 3 Josh Clark Grantham, 4 Martin Yunkov Derby Phoenix. Repton then have Charlie Jeans in 5 and Harry Milne in 6. 7 Alfie Lynch for Derby Phoenix, 8 Ewan Hayes Wormel for Worksop, and 9 is Cole Angel for Kettering. Remember, we showed you the swim-off, the recorded swim-off at the start of the final session. Well, Cole Angel in lane 9, he won that swim-off, and that is the reason that he is in this final. 29.24 for Martin Iankov, 29.57 for Charlie Jeans. Who is going to take the gold? And his final is away. Only a quarter of a second separating Ian Cole in 4 from Jeans in 5. Will it be Derby Phoenix in 4 or Repton in 5 who take the gold medal here? Jeans looks really, really good. Really good at the moment with 15 to go. But could Ian Cove come back in the last few meters? Can Charlie Jeans win this from lane 5? He might, you know, but it's going to be stroke for stroke into the wall. Who has the better finish? It was Charlie Jeans, 28.96 for Jeans. Wins it by 1/100th of a second. 28.97 gives Martin Iankov the silver medal. Jeans led the whole way through that, so actually for Iankov to come within 100th of winning, fair play to him. Joshua Clark takes the bronze. Both swimmers drop under 29 seconds in the final. 16 years, 50 backstroke final. 0, Matthew Dizon for the City of Leicester. Sebastian Ebanks of Derby Excel is in 1. James Gannicott for the City of Leicester in 2. 3, Jacob Mills for the City of Leicester. Cameron Jameson of Repton in 4. 5, Jake Franz for Worksop. 6, Laurel Roberts-Burrell for Leander. 7, Ben Gibbons for Northampton. Jake Bott of Sutton in lane 8. 9 is Thomas McNamara for Loughborough. $27.57 for Jameson, $27.80 for France. All to swim for on this penultimate final here in Derby. Can Cameron Jameson in lane 4 take this? Jake France in 5. Don't rule out Jacob Mills in 3. I wouldn't ever rule out Jacob Mills if he was in the water. Not necessarily a backstroke specialist. Mills seems to do really well on the free and has a good go at the fly, but with 5 meters to go, Cameron Jameson in lane 4 looks set to take the touch and the gold medal. He does in 27.67. The silver comes from Jake France in 27.95. The bronze from Jacob Mills in 28.15. 27.67, just outside Cameron Jameson's heat swim. Same for France. And the same for Mills. Everybody going a little bit slower, actually. It is the end of the day, so maybe to be expected. Final of our final session here. I am sure. I have checked. I'm going to get asked that every time now, aren't I? 0 is Oliver Silver for Radford. 1, Adam Fraser for Rushton. Ethan Lawton for Derby Excel in 2. Jake Hutchinson for the City of Leicester in 3. Lewis Warner for Notts Leander in 4. 5 is Ethan Richards for the City of Lincoln. 6 is Ashley Donaldson for Loughborough Uni. 7, George Whittle for Derby Excel. 8, Lewis Shorthose for Mansfield. 9, Thomas Daft for Colville. $26.87 was Lewis Warner's heat time. Only 18 years of age from Nottingham Leander. Ethan Richards is within stealing distance of that gold medal, though. He could easily take this. We will see. 25 is already done, and there's 4 swimmers that pass the 25-metre mark at the same time. Lane 3, Jake Hutchinson is going with them, and Hutchinson, a very talented swimmer, a name that's come up again and again this weekend. But Lewis Warner does look strong in the middle. Is he going to get the finish, though? Because Ethan Richards is close. It still has to be a good finish from Warner. It was. He takes it, 26.88 for Lewis Warner to take the gold medal. That is 1/100th slower than he went in the heat. That is how accurate some of these swimmers are. Lewis Warner goes 100th slower in the heats than he did in the final. Ethan Richards takes the silver. The bronze goes to Jake Hutchinson in 27.50. And that is it, folks. Thank you ever so much for choosing to join us on the live stream here. The first time we've done a live stream like this at an East Midlands Championships. We do hope you have enjoyed it. I've been Matthew McNicholas, bringing you all the commentary across the course of the weekend. My little brother, Aaron, only 14 years of age, would you believe, has put together the entire stream. So a huge thank you and well done to him. We look forward to seeing you in Corby in a couple of weeks' time if you're there. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Have a safe journey home. See you all soon.